Good day again here at Motor Radical. Today I'm going to show you how to fit our pannier frames to the new 1300 Adventure. We've got a 1300 Trophy here. I'm going to explain to you how to fit our pannier frames with the BMW frames on, and then I'll also show you how to fit it if you don't have these. The Adventure always comes with this bracket for the top box. Our top box fits on here as well, and it's the same as for the non-Adventure model. The tools I'll use today are a T40 socket, a T25 socket, a normal H6 hex, an extension, a 13 spanner, and my torque wrench. I've already removed the covers, the bags on here, just to save some time on this. So I'll show you what you get in the box. Obviously you get the two frames, one's for the left hand side, one's for the right hand side. I'm going to put it down over here. This one on this side. When mounting it with these brackets on, you actually don't need any spacers or any other fasteners. The fasteners on the bike will be used to mount it. When you mount it without these, you will need some other spacers and bolts. So just show you what you're going to need here. This will be replacing the bracket at the back here. We'll use that later. These spacers will go in here to replace that. And then these two bolts are for fastening that. You'll have four spacers to go in underneath here, only once these are removed, and then you'll have some Loctite for all the bolts. Please use Loctite. You will notice that when you do loosen your bolts on the motorbike that they've all been Loctite treated, so please use your Loctite. So this will be included with all the products that you receive from Motor Radical. If there's bolts or nuts to be used, you'll have a little vial like this with Loctite inside. I'm going to start by removing the seats, the front and the back seat. We loosen the bolts at the top here. I don't actually take it out completely. You don't need to remove this whole thing off the bike. There's a cover plate at the back that we need to loosen here. So I'm going to show you what we do. Firstly, I'm going to remove the seats. So the front seat, take that off. And the back seat. Get this guy out here. See? Okay, seats removed. We've got some bolts at the top here that holds this bracket in place and holds all that in place. You use your the T40 socket. I'm just using my extension just to make things easier, and I use my torque wrench just to loosen everything. Okay, so we've got these bolts at the top here that we're going to loosen. There's three on this side at the top. And then there's one on this side. I'll show you on that side as well, just so you can see which ones I'm loosening. And the one at the back here. Okay. The reason why I'm loosening the bottom ones is not really necessary, but you know, things don't always fit 100%, so we don't want to we want to mount everything before we fasten it. So these two I'm taking out because you'll see it actually goes through the side. I'm just going to loosen those on that side as well, just to give my bracket some movement. Just come around to this side. Okay, so I've loosened this bracket. Just remember, you've got this cover plate at the back. So if you're not going to pull this bracket off completely, you can leave this in place. I'm just going to loosen it just to show you which fasteners to loosen. So this is the small T25. There's two screws at the back here. Just remove these from here, that one and that one. Okay, and that bracket will be then loose from the top bracket. Okay, we can actually, okay, so let's start this side then. I'll also show on that side. We've made the brackets to fit around the bushes on the top box bracket. So make sure that when you put this in, the top box bracket has located properly into these two spaces here. Okay, so I'm going to lift the bracket. I need to take this front one out actually. The back one you don't need to take out completely. The front one you're going to take out. Okay, and I make sure it locates into the bush there. It's going to locate there. Just get this one to locate properly here. I'll pull it in just now. There. And there. Okay, just loosen it a bit more. There we go. Okay, so that's in place. I'm just going to finger tight this one just to make sure I'm locating it properly. Okay, there we go. Okay, and this one as well. Okay, I'm going to put my 2 bolts back on this side. One goes in here. I'm just putting these straight in, but again, I'm making a point. Please put Loctite on when you do this. We're obviously going to remove this to show you how to do it without that. So I'm not going to put Loctite on right now. Okay, this one goes in here. All right, that's this bracket in place. I'm just going to give it some play. Yeah, all right. So that bracket's in place. Now coming around to this side. The same story. Just going to take this bolt out. Guys and girls, this should take maximum 10 minutes to actually fit this bracket when you're mounting it on here. And even if you don't have that, it really doesn't take long. Once you've mounted these brackets, our top boxes mount, our panniers mount straight onto that. And then obviously if you do put a top box bracket on, you can mount our top box on there as well. Okay, let's remove these two. Okay, I'll give some play here. This one, this one. Right, so in goes this one. That clips in there. Get that in just now. Let's get the bolt in so long. Okay, there. This one goes in here. This one goes in there. Okay, we have allowed for adjustment on here. So for those guys that are finicky, If you want to get your bike level with a spirit level, put your spirit level on here and you can adjust it in and out if you need to. Makes your boxes sit nice and square on the bike. But that's if you are that finicky about it. Okay, let's just get this one in, locate it properly. There we go. Well, okay, so we've basically now mounted all the brackets. I'm just going to fasten them. You guys would have noticed I've got my torque wrench here. The general setting on the M8 bolts for the BMW is 25 Newton meters. So make note 25. If you do using a torque wrench, 25 Newton meters. When you fasten it with a torque wrench, you'll obviously hear the click. Once it's in place, that's 25 Newton meters. Okay. And we're fastening everything. We basically are where we want to be. And don't forget the one at the back here. Okay, the last one over here. Okay, that's the right hand side mounted. I'm going to fasten the left hand side now. Remember to put your two screws back in here. Keep your wires covered. That's it. Put your seat back. To put the top box bracket on, you remove these 4 bolts. You take these plastic covers off. There's 4 mounting points. Our bracket fits straight onto that with some spaces in there. You'll see that on our website. So I'm just going to fasten this side quickly, and then we'll put the seats back just to show you what it looks like. But that's how simple and easy it is to mount our pannier frames onto the new 1300 Adventure. If you don't have a torque wrench, just tighten them, don't over tighten them. Make sure it doesn't vibrate loose, but if you do proper Loctite, you shouldn't have a problem. Okay, and there's the last bolt. Fasten this one on this frame. There you go. Just gonna put my two screws back. Sorry, 2 screws back at the back here. Okay, perfect. You also notice everything sits flush again where the bracket should be sitting. That's why we made those cutouts on the bracket to fit around the top box bracket, so that we always mount everything down to the original position. All right, let me just put the seats back just to show you what it looks like. Back seat goes in over here. Front seat over here. Okay, there we go. All right, and you can see they are, yeah, they will, I think something else will break before these brackets break off. And then again, obviously, pannier boxes go straight on here. Please take note that on the 1300, because they've dropped the exhaust down to here, we can now mount full boxes on both sides. So you'll have a left-hand box on this side and a left-hand box on this side. just the other way around, but 2 full boxes on the 1300. And that's that. I will now take all the stuff off again. Obviously, we'll stop the video. We'll take this all off again, and I'll show you how to mount these brackets without the aluminium frames on the bike. So I'm going to remove them, and I'll show you how to mount it when you don't have these, because this is an option. This is not an option on the Adventure. It comes standard with that, but this is an option on your bike. So if you don't want to buy this, take this, put the BMW boxes on here, the OEM boxes on here, you can mount this straight onto your bike. You don't need this for our brackets to be mounted on. Okay, we'll see you now.